Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to IQCIVILS IAS Academy, Guwahati. So after a long, I am coming back to meet you online. And today the reason I am here is we are going to discuss the questions that are asked in GS Paper 3 2023 from my classes from the Science and Technology and from the Environment and Ecology. So today's video will be related to the analysis of the GS paper 3 UPSC Civil Services 2023. It will be covered by me, Dr. Sachin Kadam. I am faculty at IQ Civils IAS Academy, Guwahati, and this is about our academy. You can check it out. Okay, many government projects are done by the IQ Civil Science Academy with Assam Administrative Staff College, so you can be rest assured about the quality and content that you are getting at IQ Civil Science Academy with our esteemed teachers and faculties. This is our Google review. You can see the Google review itself shows about the content and the satisfaction of the student with IQ Civil Science Academy. So in GS paper 3, if you are aware, normally the questions are asked from the economy, then questions are from the agriculture. Like GS paper 3 is one of the most diverse paper in UPSC. Then there are questions from the internal security. Then there are questions from the disaster management, जिसे हम DM कहते हैं. Then there are questions from science and technology. These are the questions that I am going to deal with. Then there are questions from the environment and ecology and some miscellaneous topics which are not a major topic. So you can see, if you compare GS paper 1, GS paper 2 and GS paper 3, so GS paper 3 is one of the most diverse question paper in the general studies. And the interesting thing is, most of the questions that are asked in GS paper 3 are related to or are from the current affairs part. Okay, so we'll just go through them. First of all, we will go through every question, and I will tell you that this question is asked from which part of the syllabus. So like the first question, faster economic growth requires increased share of the manufacturing sector in GDP, particularly micro, small and medium enterprises. Comment on the present policies of the government in this regard. So this is a question from economy. It will be covered by other faculty members, so I am not going to cover it. Second, what is the status of digitalization in the Indian economy? Examine the problems faced in this regard and suggest improvement. So this question is a combination of science and technology and economy. So I will just give you the fair idea about how exactly digitalization is playing an important role in the Indian economy. So if you observe this question, what is the status of digitalization in the Indian economy? So here you need the data. Okay, how much digital transactions are going on in India? And you know why this question is asked? Because India became first country in the world where there are largest UPI transactions. Largest number of UPI transactions are happening in India. Even foreign affairs ministers from Germany and all, they are also using the UPI to pay money. Even to pay a single rupees, we can use this digital economy. That is the reason they asked this question. Then examine the problems faced in this regard. So first you need to tell with data, you need to tell what is digitization. Okay, what is digitalization? This you need to tell along with data. This is the first part of the question. I am not going to tell you the answer. You need to search this by yourself and write the answer. Second, you need to write down what are the problems faced in this regard. Like this you can write down by yourself, like what problems you face when you want to pay by using digital methods. For example, there is no internet availability, or there is a slow internet, or there are some people who do not accept money through digital options. Like take example of mine, I never carry cash in my wallet. Even if I want to pay even a single rupee, I prefer to pay online. Okay, so you need to write down the problems that we face while using digital methods to pay, and in third section you are supposed to provide the improvement or the suggestions how we can improve the digitalization within India. So these are the three parts of this question. What is digitalization, and the data related to the digitalization that will explain the status of digitalization in Indian economy. Then what are the problems that we face, and third, what are the improvement that we can suggest so that the problems that we face during digital payment or digital use we can resolve them. Okay, so this is the combination of science and technology, or particularly IT and economy. Then third question, how does e-technology help farmers in production and marketing of agricultural produce? Explain it. Now in this question, this is a question from science and technology, subsection IT, and in this case, they are asking you the applications of information and technology in agriculture. Okay, I cover this part very well and in detail in my offline classes. So if you are attending my offline classes anywhere in India, I take classes at multiple cities, so you can easily write this answer very well, 150 words and 10 marker. So first, what you need to write down, how e-technology help farmers in production and marketing of agricultural produce. So in first part, you will write down how e-technology is helping farmers. Okay, introduction. You will give general idea how exactly e-technology is helping farmers or farming. Then you will write down how specifically we can use e-technology in two parts. Number one, in production, and number two, in marketing. I can give you one example of marketing, that is ENAM, Online National Agricultural Market Committee, और there is one more example, commodity index. जैसे शेयर मार्केट है ना, शेयर मार्केट में हम शेयर्स बाय या सेल करते हैं, इन द सेम वे देयर इज वन MCX, मल्टीपल कमोडिटी इंडेक्स. This MCX is used to sell the commodity that can include agricultural products as well. Okay, so all these things you need to write down in this question. So this question has two sections. Number one, how e-technology is helping the farmers, then how this e-technology is helping in production and helping in the marketing. So this is a question from science and technology. So question number 2, question number 3. Then question number 4, state the objectives and measures of land reforms in India. Discuss how land ceiling policy on land holding can be considered as an effective reform under economic criteria. So this is a question of economy, so it will be dealt by our teacher, economy teacher. Now question number 5 is a perfect and an excellent example of mains question from the science and technology. Introduce the concept of artificial intelligence. Means first you need to write down what is artificial intelligence or what is AI. Now if you are attending my offline classes, so in that you can easily write down this answer. It is a 3-line answer from the National Strategy on AI by Niti Aayog. So I cover it in detail in a proper way. So this is the first part that you are supposed to write down in question number 5. Then how does AI help in clinical diagnosis? Now in second part they are asking you how we can use artificial intelligence in the clinical diagnosis, that is application of artificial intelligence in the medical field, and in medical field only for diagnosis. For example, there are smart watches that we are using. These smart watch can help us like they measure different body functions or body vitals, and by measuring them these smart watches can diagnose or they can tell you ki which disease you might capture. So in this way I gave you one example. You can find multiple examples of use of artificial intelligence in clinical diagnosis. That is what they are asking in second part. And Do you perceive any threat to privacy of the individual in the use of AI in healthcare? And in third part of this question, you are supposed to deal with the negative impact of artificial intelligence, but that negative impact should be limited to the privacy violation. Means, while using artificial intelligence in the healthcare sector, how that use of AI can impact the individual's privacy or personal life. That is what you are supposed to write down. So these are the 3 points you are supposed to write down in this question. What is artificial intelligence? Applications of artificial intelligence in medical field, particularly clinical diagnosis, and how artificial intelligence used in healthcare can violate your privacy. These are the 3 points you are supposed to write down in this answer. So here you can see two questions, that is 10 plus 10, 20 mark, purely from science and technology, and both are from the information and technology IT, and one question from economy that needs the help of IT again. So you can see how important information and technology is when it comes to mains examination of UPSC. So we are going to the next question. Then discuss several ways in which microorganisms can help in meeting the current fuel shortage. So basically this question is on biofuel, and biofuel is the application of biotechnology, which I discuss in my science and technology section. So they are asking you applications of biotechnology in the production of biofuel. Now see, when I teach biotechnology or applications of biotechnology in offline classes, so I do explain biofuels in detail, that is first generation, second generation and third generation biofuels. This is the classification of biofuels done by our what you can say our Indian government under National Policy on Biofuel, which was published in 2018. So this question again purely from my offline classes, 10 marker. So this is basically applications of biotechnology in biofuel, and they are asking about third generation, because when you use microorganisms to create fuel or to create biofuel, so that is a type of third generation of biofuels. Okay. So I should say 3 questions from science and technology, 2 on IT, 1 from biotechnology. So 30 mark and half, मतलब 35 marks के question हो गए अभी तक out of 250. Dam failures are always catastrophic, especially on the downstream side, resulting in a colossal loss of life and property. Analyze the various causes of dam failures. Give 2 examples of large dam failures. This question is from disaster management. Again, this question will be covered by uh, another teacher, because I will mainly deal with the science and technology. Then what is oil pollution? Sorry, what is oil pollution? What are its impact on the marine ecosystem, and in what way is oil pollution particularly harmful for a country like India? So now in this question there are 3 parts. First, you need to write down definition of oil pollution, or what is oil pollution. Okay, this topic is covered in the environment and ecology pollution part. Fine. Then in second section they are asking you what are its impacts on the marine ecosystem. Now why they are asking about marine ecosystem? Only because most of the oil spill that happen across the world, they are normally happening in the water bodies. Now why they are happening in the water bodies? Reason is 90% oil export or import or transport happens through the oceans in the large ship, and normally these ships collide, or they like oil tankers will fall down into the ocean, so that leads to the oil spill. So impact on marine ecosystem is that oil is lighter than water, right? And because it is lighter than water, so what happens ki oil will remain above the water, so water is below the oil, and because of this what happens ki there will be no light in the water, so there is no sunlight in the water. So if there is no sunlight, there will be no photosynthesis. If there is no photosynthesis, primary producers will die, so then secondary producers will die, then tertiary producers will die. So basically it will destroy the food chain, aquatic food chain. Along with that, if there is no sunlight, plus there will be no mixing of oxygen or CO2 into the water, so many animals will die because of the suffocation, as there is no oxygen, as well as many animals will die because of the lack of the food, because there is no photosynthesis happening because of unavailability of sunlight as well as unavailability of carbon dioxide. Okay, so these are the impacts of oil spill on the marine ecosystem. In what way is oil pollution particularly harmful for a country like India? Now they are asking you specific impacts of oil pollution on India. So oil pollution leads to the death of the fish, so it will directly impact the fishing industry. Then when oil spill happens, or large like these oil balls of these oils, they will land into the beaches, so it will dirt, there will be beaches will become dirty, and because of the dirty beaches, there will be impact on the tourism industry. So impact on the Indian tourism industry, impact on the fish production, impact on the fishermen life. These are the some impacts on the countries like India. So it is a simple question in three part. It is covered in detail when we study environment and ecology in offline classes. Okay, so this is the first question from environment and ecology. So till now, three questions from science and technology and one question from environment and ecology. Let's go ahead. Question number 9 is, winning of hearts and minds in terrorism affected areas is an essential step in restoring the trust of the population. Discuss the measures adopted by the government in this respect as part of the conflict resolution in Jammu and Kashmir. This question is from internal security. So this question will be covered by other faculty for internal security. Okay. Then question number 10, the use of unmanned aerial vehicle UAVs. Question number 10, use of unmanned aerial vehicle or UAVs by our adversaries across the borders to ferry arms and ammunition, drugs, etc. is a serious threat to the internal security. Now, this question is from internal security, but in this question they are talking about unmanned aerial vehicle and their use to transport arms, ammunition and drugs to India by Pakistan, and it is regularly in current affair. Right now I am taking class, I am recording this video from Amritsar, Punjab, and I know what is happening. Like students do share with me कि Pakistan is sending arms, ammunition and drugs by using unmanned aerial vehicle into India. So this is regularly in the news. That's why this question is asked. Okay, so how this is a serious threat to the internal security? Comment on the measures being taken to tackle this threat. Now, these measures are available in the current affairs. Ki what measures or what efforts government of India is taking to deal with the problem of arms, ammunition and drugs by using unmanned aerial vehicles. So how, see here, science and technology is being used for negative purpose, that is delivery of arms, ammunition and drugs. So this is from the science and technology plus internal security. You can see this question is purely from the current affair. If you are reading newspaper very carefully, different articles in the newspaper very carefully, you can easily answer this question. It is not a big deal. This question is not actually a very difficult question, very simple question if you are well aware of the current affairs. Okay, let's go ahead. Question number 10, after that, most of the unemployment in India is structural in nature. Examine the methodology adopted to compute unemployment in the country and suggest improvement. Again, this is a question from economy. So this question will be covered by our other faculties. Then, distinguish between care economy and monetized economy. How can care economy be brought into monetized economy through women empowerment? Again, a question from economy. covered by will be covered by our economy faculty. Then explain the changes in cropping pattern in India in the context of changes in consumption pattern and marketing condition. Now this question is from agriculture. It will be covered by Anuj sir through geography. So he will explain you this in a very well manner. So from this slide there is only one question, that is linked to science and technology and internal security, and before that this one was purely from science and technology, question number 6, and question number 2, question number 3, and question number 4. So 3, 4 and 5 questions we covered already. Now question number 14. What are the direct and indirect subsidies provided to farm sector in India? Discuss the issues raised by the World Trade Organization in relation to agricultural subsidies. Now this is a very old issue. It appears regularly in current affairs, but as such it is a very old topic that UPSC has asked. This issue is being regularly raised because when government subsidize their farmers or in the form of like fertilizers or different products, so it creates the problems for the other countries. As for example, if USA is giving large subsidies to their farmer, so the price of the wheat produced by the farmers in USA will be lesser compared to the wheat produced by the farmers in India, and obviously it is going to affect the competitiveness of the product of the agricultural products of the farmers in India. Okay, so this question is related to that. Again, a question from the economy, WTO, World Trade Organization. Let's go ahead. The adoption of electric vehicles is rapidly growing worldwide. How do electric vehicles contribute to reducing carbon emissions, and what are the key benefits they offer compared to traditional combustion engine vehicles? So basically this question is on electric vehicle. It is talking about pollution, means this question is from environment and ecology. But what exactly this question is asking? Number one, they are telling you in first line, they are giving you information that as adoption of electric vehicles is rapidly growing worldwide. Fine. How do electric vehicle contribute to reducing carbon emission? This is the first part of the question. How electric vehicles help in the reduction of carbon dioxide or carbon emission? Everybody knows when you burn petrol, diesel, natural gas or any other fossil fuel, it emits carbon dioxide, and if you are using electric vehicle, electric engine, obviously it will not emit carbon dioxide, and when it is not emitting carbon dioxide, so it will definitely reduce the emission of the carbon. Then second part of this question is, what are the key benefits they offer compared to traditional combustion engine vehicles? Now you need to compare. They are not asking you what are the benefits of electric vehicle, they are asking you what are the benefits of electric vehicles against internal combustion engine vehicles such as petrol and diesel vehicle. So you need to compare these benefits of electric vehicle and ICE. So these are the two parts of this question was asked for 15 marks and 250 words. So this question is from environment and ecology. Fine. And again this question is from current affair, because you might have observed around you, number of people using electric vehicles are increasing day by day in India. इंडिया में इसका परसेंटेज अभी क्या हुआ है, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल यूज़ करने का. सो अगेन अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम करंट अफेयर्स. देन क्वेश्चन नंबर 16. What is the main task of India's third moon mission? So this question is from Chandrayaan 2. Not, it wasn't difficult to guess that UPSC will ask a question on Chandrayaan 3. Sorry, Chandrayaan 3. So in this case, the first part of the question is asking, what is the main task of India's third moon mission? Can you tell me in the comment what is the main task of Chandrayaan 3? India's third moon mission. क्या मेन टास्क था? So see, in case of Chandrayaan 1, it was a orbiter and impactor mission. I teach all these things in my all offline classes. It was a orbiter and impactor mission. Chandrayaan 2, it was a lander, rover and orbiter mission. So in case of Chandrayaan 2, orbiter entered into the orbit. So it was, this part was successful in case of Chandrayaan 2. But this lander failed to land safely on the surface of the moon, and because lander failed, so we cannot take out the rover from the lander and use it for in situ experimentation. So that's why we say ki Chandrayaan 2 failed. In case of Chandrayaan 3, our main task was to land on the surface of the moon. This is the answer, to land on the surface of moon. Okay, this is for first thing. And what we did, yes, we landed successfully. And when we landed successfully on the surface of moon, India became fourth country in the world to soft land on the surface of moon after USA, Russia and China. Till date, only these three countries soft landed on the surface of the moon. India became fourth country to soft land on the surface of the moon. So this was the main task. So you know the answer of first part. What they are asking, so see, what is the main task of India's third moon mission, which could not be achieved in its earlier mission? The main task was to land softly on the surface of the moon, which could not be achieved in Chandrayaan 2. Okay. List the countries that have achieved this task. This is the second part of the question. Which countries landed on the surface of moon? So this is the list of the countries that landed on the surface of the moon. Very easy question. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else they are asking you? Introduce the subsystems in the spacecraft launched. Now they are asking you what are the subsystems that were present on the spacecraft, that is Chandrayaan 3. So it had two subsystems. One was lander module, and this lander module had two parts. Okay, it had the lander, which will help in the soft landing, and it had the rover, which will walk on the surface of the moon with the help of wheels. And second subsystem was propulsion module. Okay, the main objective of this propulsion module was to take the lander module to the desired orbit in the moon's orbit, and then land this towards the surface of the moon. So these are the two subsystems, plus there were multiple devices that were present on this lander module or on the rover. So for that part you need to visit the official website of ISRO, and that on that official website of ISRO you can easily find out ki what are the different types of devices that were present on the lander and the rover. Okay, fine, just a minute, let's go ahead. So first, second and third, then, and explain the role of the virtual launch control center at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, which contributed to the successful launch from Sriharikota. So fourth, they are asking the role of virtual launch control center, VLCC, which was present at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. So see, this question was for 15 mark, but there are total 4 parts of this question. What is the main objective of Chandrayaan 3? Which countries achieved that objective? What were the subsystems present on the Chandrayaan 3? And what was the virtual launch control center that is used to launch Chandrayaan 3? In 4 parts you need to answer this question. It is a 250 words question and marks are 15 marks. Okay, so this is a question perfectly framed, a beautiful question from the current affairs of science and technology. And those who are really preparing for UPSC, they were well aware that UPSC will definitely ask this question in UPSC mains examination. And those who are going to appear in 2025, remember Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, moon, then relation of moon and the earth as well as the relation. Then they will also ask in 2025 there will be a question on sun, structure of the sun, why to study sun. After that, Aditya L1 mission, everything will be asked in 2025 examination, because we launched Chandrayaan 3 and immediately after that we launched Aditya 1, Aditya L1, that is a moon mission to the sun. Okay. Then question number 17, comment on the National Wetland Conservation Program. Okay, National Wetland Conservation Program, NWCP, by the Government of India, and name a few India's wetlands of international importance included in Ramsar site. So first part, you need to write down what is National Wetland Conservation Program. You can easily find this out on the official website of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Then in second part of this question, they are asking you name a few India's wetlands of international importance. Now there are, if I am not wrong, let's search on the Google. If I am not wrong, there are total 45 wetlands of national importance, Ramsar sites in India, या आप ऐसा भी कह सकते हो कि total number of Ramsar sites in India 2023. So if you observe, so there are more than 45 if I am not wrong. पहले हमारी बहुत कम थी रामसर साइट, लेकिन अभी ना रामसर साइट के नंबर बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गए हैं इंडिया में. एंड रिमेंबर, increase in the number of Ramsar site is a bad indication, because if the number of wetlands in the Ramsar list are increasing in your case or in your country, it means wetlands are under threat. You need to protect them, because they are included in the list only when they are threatened. Only those wetlands are included in Ramsar list which need the protection. See, 75 plus if I am not wrong. In 2023 this list became very big. See, there are total 75 Ramsar sites in India. So they are not asking you to list all of them. They are simply asking you if you name the few Ramsar sites in India. It is a 15 mark question and 250 words, environment and ecology. Okay, so this one. Then the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC, has predicted a global sea level rise of about 1 meter, that is too much, by 2100. So they have given you example. What would be its impact in India and the other countries in the Indian Ocean region? So first you need to write down what is sea level rise, because it is a 15 marker question. Then you need to write down what are the causes of the sea level rise. Okay, then while writing this, you also need to write down about IPCC, what is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, and after that you will write down its impact on India. Okay, as well as impact on other countries in the Indian Ocean region, IOR region. Okay, so these are the four part of this question. Question is for 15 marks and 250 words. Again a question from environment and ecology. Done. Then what are the internal security challenges being faced by India? Give out the role of central intelligence and investigative agencies tasked to counter such threat. Now this question is again from internal security. So this question, this will be covered by our other faculty who will deal with the internal security questions. Okay, then give out the major sources of terror funding in India and efforts being made to curtail these sources. So first they are, again it is a from internal security, but I can deal with this question, particularly this question, so I will go through it. Number one, they are asking you what are the sources of terror funding. Okay, topic of the important topic of this question is terror funding. First you need to give the list of the sources that are used to fund the terrorism in India and efforts being made to curtail these sources. Then what efforts government of India is taking to curtail these sources. In the light of this, also discuss the aim and objective of No Money for Terror conference recently held at New Delhi in November 2022. So you can see again a question from current affair. They are asking specifically about NMFT, No Money for Terror conference. So these are the three parts of this question. So see, now I will mark down the questions. This is a question from environment and ecology. So one question from environment and ecology. This is a question from environment and ecology again. So second question from environment and ecology, and this question is for 15 mark. This question is for 15 marks, so 30. Then question number 16 is from science and technology, and this question is also from for 15 marks. Okay. After that, the electric vehicles, this is a from environment and ecology, and you can see it is a question of 15 marks. Then direct indirect subsidies, that is economy. Then cropping pattern, agriculture. Care economy, unemployment economy. This is a question from internal security actually, but science and technology both. Internal security and science and technology, so 10 marker. Then hearts and mind, internal security. Then question number 8, environment and ecology, 10 marker. After that, this is disaster management. This is 10 marker from science and technology. Then this is science and tech, question number 2, science and technology, 10 marks. Question number 3, science and technology, 10 marks. Question number 4, science and technology, no, 4 is not there. So these are the two questions. And question number 5, science and technology, 10 mark. So if you see, there are total number of questions from science and technology, how much? 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 questions are from science and technology. Out of these, 5 questions 10 marker plus 1 question 15 marker, so total marks 50 65. And from environment and ecology, if you observe, total number of question 1 2 3 2 3 4. So there are 4 questions from environment and ecology. Out of them, just a minute, 4 questions from environment and ecology, and out of them 1 question 10 marker and 3 question 15 marker. So it is total 45 plus 10 55 marks. So if you consider science and technology and environment and ecology together, so there are out of 250, 120 marks were from the science and technology and environment and ecology. So now you will understand the importance of science and technology and environment and ecology in GS paper 3 of UPSC. And most of these questions are from the current affairs, so you need not to actually worry कि क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आएगा, कैसे आएगा, मैं कैसे डील करूँगा. इफ़ यू अटेंड ऑफलाइन कोर्स क्लासेस ऑफ माइन, and according to that, if you keep doing your current affairs perfectly and very well, you can easily write down all these questions of science and technology and environment and ecology. Okay, so we are starting at IQCIVILS IAS Academy. We are starting our new batches from 1st October, then from 10 October, and from 25th of October. Okay, so if you want to join our classes, you can register with us, and for registration you can get the numbers. स्ट्रिप पे आपको नंबर दिख रहे होंगे, या फिर यहाँ पे भी नंबर है जो शायद मेरी वजह से हाइड हो गया होगा. वो नंबर ये है 7982044915 और 6350646292. ये इन नंबर पे आप कॉल करके अपनी सीट जो है ना IQ सिविल्स IAS एकेडमी पे रिजर्व कर सकते हो। हमारी जो क्लासेस है ये ऑफलाइन भी अवेलेबल है एंड ऑनलाइन भी अवेलेबल है। सो आप जिस मोड में कंफर्टेबल होगे, यू कैन गो अहेड विद दैट मोड and get assured proper and quality guidance at IQ Civils IAS Academy. So that's it from my side for today, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Sayonara. See you soon. All the best for your studies.